Okay, welcome everyone to the first lesson. The topic is sets. This is part of your core class, and the first lesson we will define what sets are and we'll give a basic introduction to Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams are done a lot more in the future sets. Okay, so we should define what is a set. A set is a well-defined collection of distinct objects. And we can also call the objects in the set elements or members. These two are more common, elements and members. I tend not to call them objects. So as an example of a set, we have the set of the first 6 prime numbers, and we write that as A, the set A equals bracket 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. So these are the first 6 prime numbers in the set. And we can all agree that these are the prime numbers, can't we? The first 6 prime numbers. And another example is when we look in a classroom, for example, and we measure the heights of all the boys, and we could write down the set of boys that are taller than 180 centimeters. And we will write their names in set B. So it could be John, Jim, and Abraham. And because we're measuring them, we can all agree that they are more than 180 centimeters tall. As a question, what would we write for the set of the first 5 even numbers? So the even numbers are, make a curly bracket, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the first 5 even numbers are 2, 4, 6 and 8 and 10. So there are 10 elements in that set. And we can all agree on that, can't we? So they're the 5 even numbers in the set. Now we need to be clear here that the key is that we must be able to clearly identify each element, and the set must be well defined. This means that we should be all able to agree on what elements go into the set. So for example, could we write down the set of slim girls in your class? Who are they? How do you know what is slim? For a start, this word is your problem because slim is not defined. It could mean students that are 20 to 30 kilograms, or does it mean 30 to 35 kilograms, or what, 35 to 40? So what is slim? We can't decide what slim is, can we? So you could put some names here, but I think you're not going to all agree on who the slim students are. So this here is not a well-defined set. So not well-defined set. Okay? But how about this one, B? The boys that wear glasses in your classroom. We would only have to look around your class to see who they are, can't we? Because they're either wearing glasses or they're not. There could be 3 students, there could be more. But the point is that we can all agree on whether they're wearing glasses or not. So this one's okay. We could actually write that set out. How about C? The intelligent students in your class. Well, how do we define intelligent? Does that mean they're good at maths? Or does it mean they're good in English? Or they have good communication skills? How do you define what intelligent is? So some students may be good in maths, but not good in English. So are they intelligent? Is someone good in art intelligent, but not good in maths? So this is also a problem. So this set is not well defined. So you be careful with the kinds of words that are being used. So slim, S-L-I-M. What about fat? What is fat? Is fat greater than 80 kilograms? How do we define fat? Smart, tall, short, all of these words are causing us a problem. Okay, so keep that in mind when you are doing your questions. So what we can do now is represent the Venn diagram to represent the sets. So what we got here is a set of fruit inside the circle, and inside the circle we have red fruit and we have yellow fruit, and the fruit left around here are green fruit. Okay, and so these two sets here, these are called subsets. A subset will exist inside another larger set. Okay, and we're going to talk about subsets a little bit later. Okay, so don't worry about subset just yet. Here's another example where we've got 3 sets. The first set are dedicated teachers. So we're going to assume that these 3 sets are well defined. So dedicated teachers, they're hardworking teachers. These are students that work hard. These are students that regularly come to class. Okay, so we could say that if you want to get an A, all 3 things must happen. So the teacher has to be dedicated, the student needs to be hardworking, and the student must come to class all the time. How about C minus? That's not a very good score. So that means that the student has only been coming to class all the time, but the teacher could be lazy and the student is not hardworking. So this means the student is only coming to class. It doesn't mean they're doing any work, does it? And we've seen that before, some students say. What about this example here? We've got the student works hard, but the teacher is not dedicated and the student does not come to class all the time. So if they work hard, they'll get a B minus, which is not that bad. But to get an A, you have to have all 3 things happening. Okay. C, to get a C, what needs to happen? The teacher needs to be hardworking, because that C is also in that group, and also the student needs to come to class all the time. In that case, I'll get a C. Okay, so that's just another example of a Venn diagram. How about this one? Example 3. This is an example how we classify animals. Okay, let's put it about there. So we've got whales, fish, and shrimp or prawns. And these are their characteristics. So we can see here, fish have scales. Okay, so this is the group of where fish have scales. But whales don't have scales because they're mammals. Alright, so fish have scales. The shrimp, they don't have scales either. Okay, but in this group, have fins. So, have fins is in this group. So whales have fins, but also fish have fins. But the prawn, the shrimp, don't have fins. Okay, but look at the middle group, live in water. So whales live in water, fish live in water, and also the shrimp live in water. So that's put in the center of the diagram. Can swim? Well, whales can swim, fish can swim, and shrimp can swim. So it goes in the center. If we come down further, have legs, only shrimp have legs. So have legs will go into this group. Whales don't have legs and fish don't have legs, of course. Okay, so that's another kind of Venn diagram. Now what you need to do is to make a Venn diagram and try to group the animals based on their similar characteristics. So I'll start you off. We tick the boxes that are appropriate. So if you're not sure where to put an animal, you can search online. So if you don't know if monkeys can swim or not, you can go and search that online. You might be surprised what you find some of these answers. Okay, well, let's do the humans. So humans have hair because they're mammals. Do they lay eggs? No. And I would say most humans can swim. We can learn to swim, no problem. So these two would be ticked, but they don't lay eggs. So where are you going to put humans in the Venn diagram? So has hair and can swim. Has hair and can swim. So humans have to go in here. They don't lay eggs, so you don't put humans here. Only animals that have all three characteristics go in the middle. Okay, so what you should do is fill in the diagram, tick the boxes, fill in the Venn diagram, and you can give me that on Google Classroom in a few days. Okay, so have a think about it, and then if you have any questions, you can send a message online.